On a crisp autumn morning in the heart of the city's glittering financial district, where sleek skyscrapers pierced the clouds and luxury SUVs glided silently through the streets, a small figure pushed open the massive bronze doors of the prestigious Grand Crest Bank. Her name was Lila Harper, just 10 years old, with tangled auburn hair, cheeks smudged from days on the street, and eyes that carried far too much weight for a child. In her tiny, trembling hands, she clutched a faded white debit card like it was the only lifeline left in the world. Sunlight flooded the grand lobby, bouncing off polished marble floors and crystal chandeliers, but Lila looked like she belonged to a different universe, small, fragile, and completely out of place among the tailored suits and confident strides. Heads turned, whispers rippled. Some stared in pity, others in discomfort, a few with quiet judgment. All Lila wanted was one simple thing: to check her balance. If you believe that miracles can hide in plain sight, that kindness costs nothing but can save everything, and that no one should ever be judged by how they look, hit that like button right now, drop a comment, share this with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to Kindness Square. These stories only spread because of hearts like yours. Let's keep the light going. Lila hadn't walked into that bank out of bravery. She walked in out of pure desperation. For weeks, she'd been surviving on scraps, sleeping in doorways, clutching the one thing her mom had made her promise to keep safe before cancer took her away 2 years ago: this old debit card. "One day, baby girl," her mom had whispered weakly, "this might mean something. Don't ever lose it." Lila never understood why. She just obeyed. Now, with hunger twisting her stomach and winter creeping in, she finally gathered the courage to find out. Was it nothing? Or was it everything? The lobby buzzed with power. Digital tickers flashed soaring stocks. Bankers in crisp suits barked into phones. At the center of it all sat Victor Kane, sharp, silver-haired, one of the most powerful private wealth managers in the country. Worth hundreds of millions himself, he was holding court with high-profile clients, his deep laugh echoing like thunder. Nothing fazed him, ever. Until he spotted Lila. She stood nervously at the concierge desk, sliding her worn card across the counter. The associate, a kind-eyed woman named Sophia, hesitated, then gently guided Lila toward Victor's private station. Only the senior terminals could access dormant legacy accounts, and Victor's had the highest clearance. Lila didn't know any of that. She just followed, heart pounding, feeling every stare like needles. Victor glanced up, amused at first. A street kid handing him a debit card? He almost chuckled to his client. This had to be a mistake or some viral prank. With a smirk, he swiped the card into his terminal, expecting a big fat 0. The screen loaded. His smirk vanished. His eyes narrowed. He leaned closer, typed a verification code, refreshed the page. The number didn't change. It was astronomical. 8 figures, growing steadily with compound interest and dividend reinvestments. His client leaned in, gasped. Sophia covered her mouth. The entire VIP lounge fell silent. Lila's mother, years ago, had been a home care nurse. One of her last patients was a reclusive billionaire named Elias Whitmore, childless, lonely, and deeply moved by the gentle woman who cared for him in his final days. Without ever telling her, Elias set up a trust in the name of her only daughter, Lila Harper. He seeded it generously, structured it to grow quietly, and left instructions: let it wait until she needs it most. That day had come. Victor Kane, the man who advised titans of industry, suddenly felt very small. The little girl he'd been ready to dismiss was on paper richer than half his clients combined. For the first time in decades, Victor stood up slowly, not out of obligation, out of reverence. He knelt to Lila's level, voice soft. "Sweetheart, do you understand what this says?" Lila shook her head, eyes wide and scared. Sophia crouched beside her, tears shining. "It means your mommy left you something incredible. You're gonna be okay, more than okay." The tears came then, quiet at first, then unstoppable. Lila's small body shook as the truth sank in. She wasn't invisible anymore. She wasn't alone. The lobby that had stared in judgment now watched in stunned silence as Victor, known for being untouchable, personally called his top trust attorneys, arranged immediate housing, food, clothing, counseling, and a dedicated guardian team. He promised Lila the bank would protect every penny until she was ready to decide her own future. As she walked out hours later, wrapped in a warm new coat, holding a cup of hot chocolate, a tiny smile breaking through for the first time in years, the golden afternoon light wrapped around her like a promise. Lila Harper had stepped into that bank as a forgotten child. She left as someone deeply, quietly, powerfully loved, even from beyond. If this story moved you, if it reminded you that love leaves hidden gifts, that judgment blinds us, and that hope often shows up when we need it most, please like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Square.